Last night I was at a dinner and I found myself sat immediately across the table from a woman who had bullied me relentlessly for 6 years straight during primary school. There I was, sat across from this woman who had really made my life hell for the whole of my primary school. It brought up all the memories and the triggers and the pain of what it was like to be bullied so badly. It was so confronting to sit there with this woman who is perfectly nice now, having a very civilized conversation with everyone around her, and I'm just sitting there stewing in my own pain and trauma from having been bullied emotionally and even physically at times. I don't think even sitting across the table from me she even remembers any of that stuff, but for me it just brought back this flooding turmoil and trauma and memories of coming home crying from school, developing stomach problems, even ending up going and visiting doctors because I didn't want to go to school. Who would want to go to a place where they're being subjected to such pain and trauma on a daily basis? It was a really horrible time for me, and to sit across this woman who was completely oblivious of everything that she'd done to me was really challenging, and I really had to look at where I'd been playing victim in the scenario. But it also raised a question for me: why do people bully? Why do we feel this need to put other people down? What is it that's going on an energetic level that we bully each other? And it really comes down to an energy exchange. When I bully you and I put you down and I make you feel small, then you give me your power and it makes me feel bigger and stronger and more empowered within myself. And I know that this girl was being bullied at home, but she was learning that pattern. But at the same time, while she was giving her power away to her older siblings who were bullying her, she needed to get that energy back from someone else. And so I was it. And every time she bullied me and I cried and I felt small, I was giving my energy and my power away to her. And so she felt bigger and stronger, and that was her way of coping with her own situation. But in the bigger context, in terms of bullying in marriages and relationships in the home, and bullying in the workplace and world politics, why do we bully? It's exactly the same reason. We want to get energy from someone else because we're not feeling empowered within ourselves. But I also know that whatever I'm seeing in other people also applies to myself. So I had to ask the question, where do I also bully? Where have I put other people down in order to make myself feel better or bigger? And perhaps more significantly, where do I bully myself? What's the energetic payoff of putting myself down? And every time I tell myself I'm not good enough, the way I look isn't good enough, I'm not smart enough, who do you think you are? Every time I put myself down and make myself feel small, there's got to be an energetic payoff to that. And for me, the energetic payoff is that by putting myself down and making myself small, I get to keep myself safe. Because if I'm small and I'm put down, then nothing can get worse. If I already tell myself that I'm crap at doing vlogs, or I'm no good as a spiritual teacher, or who am I to be putting myself out there in the world, if I tell myself that message and bully myself and make myself feel small in that way, then it doesn't matter what anyone else says to me, I'm not going to be able to feel hurt because I'm already down. You can't kick a dog when it's already down. So it's a way of protecting myself and keeping myself feeling safe so that no one else can hurt me again. I've learnt the pattern of bullying myself as a way of preventing myself from feeling pain and from suffering from other people's judgments and put-downs. But in the process, I'm just disempowering myself. Every time I bully myself and put myself down, I'm giving away my power to those old patterns, and it really doesn't serve me. It holds me back. And every time I do one of these vlogs, I have to overcome those negative voices that are inside my head, that is my own internal bully, to actually say, you know what? I can do this. This is something that I'm good at. This is something that I want to share with the world. And I don't really care what other people think. They can say what they want. I'm still going to do this because it's who I am and what I want to do. As an adult now, do I need excuses to put myself down anymore? Or is it time to hang up the bullying hat and to actually free myself to be who I am as the authentic individual that I am, and to not care what other people think? I think it's time for me to say goodbye to my inner bully. It was painful enough as a kid. I don't need to go through it anymore.